Welcome back to Bama Prepper. To me, this is one of the most important videos I've ever done right now. And I know you're looking at it thinking, what in the world? It's flowers and a little baby tree right here. That tree's got a lot of meaning, and I'm going to tell you what it's about. When I was a child, I had strep throat all the time. They was giving me penicillin back to back every winter. I couldn't get rid of it. It just comes back more and more every time. And I had high-grade fevers, and I'd go to the doctor, and he would give me penicillin. And I took so much penicillin that the last time I went to him, he said, I'm going to have to go ahead and schedule surgery and go ahead and pull your tonsils out. My mother and daddy done that because, just like I said, I couldn't get rid of it. It would work for a while, and it'd come right back in like 4 or 5 days after I get off the antibiotics, off that penicillin. And I remember even when I was a kid, when I was taking that penicillin, my kidneys hurt while I took it because I took it so much. So I had an appointment, I think, for like a month later. My daddy found out about this man that's a herbalist. To me, he's one of the best one, not just in Alabama, the best one in the world. And he's an author. He's got a book. I got to remember what the name of that book is, and I've got that same book. But you may can find it online. We went to this man's house. He was about 30 to 45 minutes away from us. This man had a little bitty shack and had stuff hanging that he was drying and everything, and signs like you hadn't ever seen about herbs and herbal tinctures and what would help this and what would help that. That man was older then, and that man was friendly as everything. He had a knowledge for herbs like I had never seen. He knew everything on the ground, in the woods, anything about God's creation, to be honest with you. He learned it. But he was taught by Cherokee Indians at a young age and everything. He tells all about where he learned his knowledge. And he kept that knowledge and learned more and more and more from other herbalists. And he just got so advanced, it's unbelievable. He knew medical properties for, tell you the truth, about everything out there that I can think of. Knew something would help something. But before I tell you this, I can't give you no guarantees that this will work for you. But this is a lifesaver for me, and I've got my tonsils to this day on account of this man, this information that he helped me and my mom and daddy with. So I was going to have to get my tonsils pulled out. Now let's get to this little tree. This is a white oak tree. This is one of the most important trees out here, probably on the face of this earth right now. This is squirrels' favorite tree because they make the big acorns. And deers too, they love this tree. But there's a lot more to this tree. This tree, and I'll tell you how we done it. I'm going to tell you exactly the remedy that worked on me. I just can't guarantee it for you. Find you a pretty good sized tree. It's a white oak. Not on the side of the road. On the side of the road, they've been sprayed. Don't get nothing on the side of the road. Here in Alabama and everything, they may do it everywhere else. I don't know, but they spray poison on the side of the road. So go in the woods. Find somebody that's got a white oak tree. If you're having any kind of like throat problems, and cut off a handful to 2 handfuls of bark with an axe off the bigger part of the tree toward the ground from you and everything, just off the biggest part of it. It can be anywhere up through it, on the tree. It's just the older part right there of it, the base of the tree. Anywhere all the way through up there, just cut it off. You need to get at least, I'm going to say, a big handful, 2 handfuls. All right. You're going to boil this. Get you about 2 to 3 cups of water. I guess I get at least, if I was going to do 2 handfuls, I get at least 4 cups of water. 2 cups per handful, a big handful. Make sure you get a big handful though. You can't overdo it. Make it strong. Boil it for about a minute, 2, then cut it down to simmer and simmer it for about 5 minutes. And you'll look at that mixture. If it goes dark color, you got it done. If it's not, just keep on letting it simmer. It goes dark. You can't mess this stuff up. After it cools, all you got to do is get a cup of it. Go ahead and gargle with it. Get you a big old mouthful, gargle with it, spit it right back out. 2 or 3 times a day. You can't do it too much. I ain't done it 4 or 5 times a day. It did not hurt me, but I can't guarantee you or nothing like that. But it's got no side effects to me whatsoever. If the crap goes down like I think it's coming for strep throat and bacteria and stuff like this stuff right here is one of the most valuable trees on the face of this earth. This stuff right here killed that in my throat in 2 or 3 days. I'd never had it since. And the doctor I had was they cover up all the times with children and everything else. He said I had strep throat more common than any kid that he'd ever seen. And he said that that my tonsils had to come out. He said, I've never seen nobody treat them with penicillin that keeps on coming back to back like that. He said, I can't get rid of it. He said, your kidney's going to be damaged for the rest of your life because you already took so much of it. He said, but them tonsils is coming out. We're going to get rid of that problem for you. So thankfully, my daddy went up there during the time that I had to schedule surgery before I had the surgery and found out he was told about this man is what it was. And this man, just like I said, this man, look him up. I got a book somewhere too. I got to find that book. His name is Tommy. Tommy Bass. That's his last name. Bass. He's an author and everything, and I cannot think the name of that book. But you'll see him if you look up on Google and everything. He'll be on there. He's well known. Just like I said, he's one of the most probably underrated herbalists that's ever been on the face of this earth, because he's down here in the deep woods of Alabama. And that man didn't do this for the money. People was pulling up and trying to just find something. He wouldn't even try to sell you nothing. He would just try to show you where it is, which he would give it to you. If he had up there, or, people every once in a while give him a little money. That's what my dad did and everything. He didn't even want the money. All he wanted you to do is be well. He had a little bitty shack, just tiny as everything. It looked like it's going to fall in. But that man had a heart of gold, and he believed in God's herbs, and he knew every one of them by heart. And he would give the knowledge away to you. And that right now, we are in this time. I've knew this in my head forever. And just like I said, I'm more or less saying I'm not responsible for anybody doing this, but if the crap goes down, this is a major help for the throat area. It was for me if you come down with something and you can't get a whole antibiotics. White oak bark. And look up Tommy Bass, you'll see what I'm talking about. Thank y'all for watching. If anybody's brand new to this channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. And I'm going to put out every medical herb. It may take me a while because I'm so busy, but I'm going to start putting out more and more because I know tons of them that I've never told a whole lot, but I know them by heart. I was taught this as a young kid, and I can pass this on. I know lots of uses. Old-timey uses is not out there on the internet, but this right here, for strep throat and bacteria in the throat, when nothing else would work, it fixed my problem. Just by boiling that up, just like I said, you can't mess it up. Just make it strong, gargle with it, spit it back out. In 2 or 3 days' time, I've done it for a week straight, every day, to make sure that crap wouldn't come back. Because I wanted rid of it. My mother did too. Because, that stuff tried to take me out as a kid. So if y'all have had strep throat, you know what I'm saying. It's bad stuff. But if you have it back to back like I did every single winter, you know what I'm saying. It's bad. And I've never had to take penicillin since. But this right here totally worked for me, and I couldn't believe how good it worked. It just went to work. The first couple times I done it, I had strep throat during that time because I was scared, and I come off the penicillin and it would come right back, so it took it right back out. It killed that stuff graveyard dead in my throat. Whatever germ, bacteria that was, it totally, it's got tannin properties in it. Tannin. It's a natural antibiotic. Just like I said, don't get it off the side of the road. Too much poison being sprayed. Go in the woods. Everybody knows just about what a white oak tree is. If you don't know what a white oak tree is, somebody will show you and identify it. It's so easy to identify. And get you a bunch of it with an axe. The way you cut it and everything, when you start getting it, don't go all the way around cutting the bark off of it. It can kill a tree. Just get it in sections on that tree. Or get some off one tree, then go to another tree and everything. Because if you go all the way around that tree, cutting the bark, everything going in here later, you can kill that tree. So that's a major medical property tree, and also for the squirrels. Thank y'all for watching. Like, share, definitely like and share this video with everybody. This tree is a lifesaver, I'm telling you, for a natural antibiotic. Thank y'all for watching.